you would normally see them, and it showed in the driving.
Well, of course, this is an elimination process as we see Snakebite getting warmed up and coming into the Coliseum here. So they're going to have another go at it. There are 5 trucks here. Now, the Equalizer is going to get a bye on the first round, and he is going to race against the fastest loser of this round 1 competition.
And he gets that bye by past performance, winning of the last race. This truck is from Colorado, so it should run good. Cobra Creek, Colorado, and Snakebite. It's a Ford body, but it's custom designed, as you would call the 3-dimensional design. A big 572 in the back of it. The truck runs exceptional well. Got a good young driver in it. Sky Hartley he is awesome when it comes to this. Only 3 years. Last time I was with Sky, he had to make that call home when he turned the truck over. That was 3 years ago out in California.
Putting the neck brace on there. Safety very important in these trucks, as he doesn't want to bob and weave too hard on that. Now let's take a good look at Samson. There are those famous arms coming out of the front end there. Those are some tremendous biceps.
Well, this is Dan Patrick's truck, and Dan has had a death in his family, and we want to send our condolences from all the crew to Dan. The gentleman tonight, Gene, is there.
Gene Patterson is going to run tonight. They take off, they get the green flag, and Samson looks like he has a...
Watch him come on the inside. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to get on the inside, but he takes down a pole.
Snakebite with the lead as they cross the cars for the first time. Snakebite has a big lead, and now he's going to go across, and as they cross the middle, it's going to be Snakebite.
Well, Patterson had mentioned earlier that he was going to try to go between the whoops and the starting line of the mud pit. He did that, and it cost him dearly. Just when he took down the pole, I think he lost concentration, and when that happens, your history. I don't care how good you run when you lose the competition.
And Mike, one of the things about here is that they don't get any practice before they head out here. Now here's Snakebite taking his run.
Well, Sky really, what a name for a monster truck driver, Sky, and that's just exactly what he does to the truck. Watch the back of the truck come around. This young man is just finishing up with that pass. He's awesome. 3 years in this, and the guy is on top of the game already.
Sky Hartley and the Snakebite, a great job for him there. As we see Samson exiting the arena now, they'll head out and get ready for the next round there. As we're in the middle of the obstacle course, and of course we mentioned earlier, the Equalizer gets a bye, and he'll take on the fastest one from these guys we just saw. Well, we're going to come back to Denver in just a couple of minutes, give you more monster truck racing and pro arena racers here in Denver. No points for the obstacle course.
He won't get points for the obstacle course, but he'll come back and run the drag racing portion, I hope. When he said high RPMs, there's no telling what the stall speed is on that truck, and it not only hurt the clutches, it can hurt the truck too.
Well, we've got the final rounds of the obstacle course here. These were not the winners from the first round. These were the, shall we say, second place. We don't call anybody a loser. Samson was a truck that finished second. He is going to go up against the Bulldozer here. This is for third place tonight, and they're going to take a look. Right there in the middle of the screen is where Jack Harbaugh is. Harbaugh? I said that wrong. Harbuck. Jim Harbaugh, I'm from Indianapolis. What do you know? I don't know what I'm saying.
Here's Jim Harbaugh right there.
And he's going to wave the flag and get them going down there. So when they see the green, this is for third place in the obstacle course, worth 40 points.
Very important, because 40 points, we've seen people come out of this race, win this drag racing, and still take this championship, King of the Hill.
Good look at the front of the Bulldozer. Getting ready now, revving them up. 1,500 horsepower coming at you on the obstacle course.
We're going to see 2 different drivers. I don't think you're going to see the mistakes. I don't think you're going to see the problem that these 2 guys had on their first run. I think this run will be just smooth as silk.
Jim checking him out, gives him the green. Good start for both trucks. No problem over the first set of cars. And now they'll go over the set of 5 as they come down. Big lead for the Dozer.
Big lead for the Bulldozer, and I can't understand what Samson's problem is tonight. Truck just not working.
And Gene Patterson having all kinds of trouble as Bulldozer takes a huge victory. And now Samson will come across in the second place. He'll finish 4th tonight, worth 30 points.
Well, there's the Bulldozer.
Good job for Lowry's, their sponsor there, for beef jerky. Let's take a look. And the rear steering that you talked about earlier, let's see how he does this here, Mike.
Watch this. This guy really is smooth. See the tires when they come over? You want them. Now he's just starting to bring them out. They're cutting it in. The tires are turned. What you need to do, see how they've got them all turned to the one side. Truck leans well, but the tires are automatically straight when he goes for the finish line area.
That's right. They actually have a button.
It's gonna be tough. Now this Ford runs good when it leaves the starting line good, and it's low end power, it's got it. These are real short races, and it is going to be a good race.
Well, we got the snake bite in Samson coming up, and Samson had a little bit of trouble in the roundy rounds, as they call it here, in the obstacle course, but we'll see if he can get things straightened out now for the side-by-side. And Snakebite, who was a surprise winner at the obstacle course.
That's what it looks like if you're inside Snakebite. If you're right beside Sky, this is the place you want to go to.
Yep. And down at the end of the course there, they are going to get the green flag from Jim Harbuck. He's going to toss it. They're looking right down at him. He is actually up in the grandstand, Mike. I think after he saw Runty almost unable to stop in the Bigfoot, he got himself up off the floor.
Well, I wouldn't be on the floor with him. The floor's tight, but we're using every bit of it. I'm not going to be down there with him, and I trust them all.
All right, they're firing him up now. They're going to bring him up, and they're going to stage him. There's no timing lights or anything like that. It's just by the eyeball. And then both drivers are going to be focused down to the other end of the arena and to get the final green flag from our starter, Jim Harbuck. He's going to raise that flag and then toss it, and he's getting ready to do that now. Tensing up as they head to the start line. Drivers signal him. They are ready to go. Here comes the green. Man, another close one.
That was very close. I believe Samson took it, though, just maybe by wrist length or something.
Yeah, and he's got the bands on the front there. It's also, he was able to get some decals on his truck this weekend from High Tech, his trailer company. Here's the start. Here's the finish.
He does. He takes it probably a fender length. The truck landed well.
Now again, Gene Patterson is piloting Samson here for Dan Patrick, so he's going to take it from the line, trying to beat off the snakebite of Sky Hartley, who won the obstacle course earlier tonight. And this is the staging process.
Yeah, they come in to stage. I actually think that the snakebite truck leaves on it just a little bit.
Well, here's the front of the snakebite. Here he comes, and over 5 cars, and down to the finish.
I don't know about anybody else, but that just kind of makes me... I kind of hunkered over a little bit when they got down to that part of it.
Got your beef jerky swirling there.
I'll tell you what, he's...
Well, there's part of the crowd having a good time out here. Earplugs in, popcorn flying. We've got more pro arena trucks and mud trucks coming up from here in Denver, Colorado. We'll be right back.
In between these rounds, we're not down there, but I promise you one thing. Gene is working on that truck. He's trying to find that extra bit of horsepower, needs to find out why the truck's not running, and he's not just letting the truck set. I'm sure he's been over every piece of it. Don't be surprised if he still doesn't come back with more horsepower this time around.
Hey, he looks tough coming out of the box there. He had a good look at the Bigfoot truck back there, and they're telling me that they spend 60 hours apiece hand cutting those tires to the custom cut.
Oh, and it is such a labor-intense job. Now, the tires start out, they weigh about 800 pounds. When they're finished with them, they'll actually cut 200 to 300 pounds of unusable rubber off of those tires, and it is just, your arms ache, you're so tired. You use grinders, knives, hot knives, and everything just to cut the tires the way you want them.
Now, Dan Runty in the Bigfoot, one of the most experienced drivers, got really a lot of his driving experience when he was first starting in a 3-month saturation in Australia, and that seat time, that's got to mean a lot early on.
Went to Australia and spent 3 months over there racing all through Australia with the United Sports of America.
Well, they're at the starting line now. They're going to get staged. It is Bigfoot and Samson for a berth to the finals. There's a good look at Jim Harbuck. He's getting ready to wave that green flag, and they're going to pull him up there and head off.
Gene Patterson at one time was a Bigfoot driver. He had not been in this truck until last weekend, been a year and a half out of the truck. And last weekend he stepped in, and this weekend he's back racing.
Drivers ready, green flag, here they go. Bigfoot, a great jump. Samson, a nice ride there, but it's going to be Bigfoot. He crossed it first.
It's the low-end horsepower of the Ford. It's the quickness of at the flag. These guys have done it time after time again, and they're awesome.
That was a nice run by Gene Patterson, who's in Dan Patrick's truck, and I think he really collected himself, like you said, probably did some work down there and got this thing quite a bit better torqued up for the semifinal here.
Now you got Bigfoot, and you got the Bull. That's going to be a great final race. Bigfoot really left good. He got a little air, and the truck actually can move forward in the air. And I think that's probably what he did. He took Patterson